What is up, everybody? MightyManokiin here, and we're gonna play some more Skyrim. Pretty sure that's, well, not every video, but pretty sure most of the time that's kind of how I introduce this session. Skyrim. It's an inside joke from a friend of mine from college. So if he's watching the video, hope you enjoyed that, buddy. Because as we all know, explaining inside jokes to random strangers makes everything more hilarious, right? Yeesh. So we're clearly off to a great start today. No, but yeah, I'm excited to play. We got a bunch of new stuff to go through, and because this is taking forever to load up, I have plenty of time to talk. And of course, as I say that, we load in. Let's go inside. Wait, why are we going inside? I was going to go inside for something. Why was I going to go inside, Aaron? You know what? I think I was going to go inside because that's where I was going to do the intro. But then I was like, nah, I'll just do it right now from the main screen. And then I'll explain it to everyone. Yeah. We're out of it today, apparently. We're going to go to Whiterun. So let's talk a little bit about new shit here. We have a bunch of stuff to do today, probably way more than I can actually get done because I have to leave for work in 3 hours, right? 2, 3, yes, I have to leave for work in 3 hours. Dang it! And so I'm not going to want to play for those whole 3 hours because I need to get ready to go. But we'll see what happens. But I have a bunch of stuff we want to do. Biggest thing, I was talking to my brother about the series. And I've been talking to him for a while about different mods and kind of what I plan for the series in the long term. And, you know, these big mods that add new areas to explore and stuff, I kind of wanted to wait on until we were higher level, had played around with the beginning of the game. Because there is just so much damn content in this game. Like, you can easily spend 300 hours just playing the vanilla game. And there are a bunch of mods that add, like, you know, there's a mod that adds a 20 to 30 hour additional thing. There are several ones that add, like, 2 to 3 hours. And so I wanted us to get a good foothold into the actual series first. But after talking to him, I mean, we are now over 30 episodes in. It's time to start playing around with some of that stuff. We still aren't, like, super high level. Some of the mods that I looked at, like, require around level 30. So we will be a little bit until we can get to some of those. But this one here is really good for us to go ahead and do soon. Well, let me unequip that. We'll talk about that in a second. Helgen Reborn. So this, if you remember at the beginning of the game, when we're about to get our head chopped off, we're in Helgen, and that's when we get attacked by a dragon. This is and really, in the vanilla game, in that town, nothing ever really happens. If you want to go back there, there are, like, bandits and stuff there, but that's about it. There's no, like, it doesn't get rebuilt or anything like that. That's what this mod does. It's Helgen Reborn. It's a little mini quest. I don't really know terribly much about it because I kind of wanted to play around with it and experience it, you know, with you guys. But it is basically rebuilding of Helgen, turning it back into a town. So that's one we're going to be playing around with soon. Possibly in this session if we get to it. But because last session we ended, you know, I lost a couple episodes of gameplay because Skyrim crashed and me not being terribly intelligent and thinking to restart Fraps. But one of the big things we got from that, well, we got, oh, yeah, that's why I was going to go inside my house. There was a cool weapon we got that I wanted to show you guys. But I got, I guess it would be in here. Meridia's Beacon. It's a quest item. When I picked it up, like, big, like, voiceover of some kind of god was like, hey, yo, bring this thing to me. Basically verbatim of what she said. So I believe it added a map marker to our map. So if we bring this to her, maybe we'll get some kind of reward. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but it'll probably lead to something cool. We also found this guy. Unusual gem. Now, we don't know what this is. It was just sitting there on a desk after I killed the chick from the last quest, the recording that we lost. And it said to bring it to Vex at the Thieves Guild. So we'll probably do that like right now-ish, just because I want to figure out what the hell's going on with this, see what this thing means. Beyond that, I guess that was about it. Let's go back to the house so I can show you the sword before I forget, and I can still talk while we're loading in and everything. One of the new mods, a bunch of the new mods that I added are smaller gameplay change mods that you guys wouldn't notice if I didn't tell you about them, but I'm going to, because that's kind of what this series is playing around with mods. I added, it's a little, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure I have it written down somewhere, but I'm not going to take the effort to find it right now. If you want to know, let me know, and I'll link it in the description or something. It adds a little bit of a UI change to fix dialogue and text boxes. So, as you know, I've complained in the past, like, say if I want to go here and smith this. Say, like, I want to go, oh, I want to make these practice arrows. So, like, I can't because I don't have the components. But if I hit E to create, it pops up a little text window here, like, do you want to create this item, yes or no? And I have to mouse over it to click yes, and it's super annoying, because if I just leave my mouse over the yes, that's not enough. I have to, like, move it a little bit for it to work. This new UI change fixes that, so that I don't have to use my mouse when I'm in menus. I can completely just use keyboard, like this. So it'll highlight whatever I have there. And so if we're in this, and if I have my mouse here on hide, but I want to go to Imperial, in the old way, because whatever my mouse is over is what it's going to do. Right? Imperial here. But it changes to when I move it there, I can do it with my mouse. Jewelry. Right? Maybe that makes sense, maybe it doesn't. But it makes sense to me, and it'll make it a lot easier for me. That's the thing that matters the most. And in conversations, same thing. Like if I want to tell her to whatever, I don't need to use my mouse to click these, because sometimes it doesn't click the right one, and it's a pain to try to like scroll through them, because it sometimes won't highlight the one you actually want to use. So it just makes it easier to use my keyboard to do all that instead. And it add a couple more dialogue options and stuff. Yeah, there's another mod that is in addition to that we'll talk about in a second, because I kind of have a little bit of a surprise with you guys. So here's Narsil. I don't remember if we put that up there in an episode or if I did that off camera, but it looks really cool hanging up there, because that leads me into the next thing. We're going to use shields. We're getting kind of destroyed by guys, and I added a mod in here that we'll go through when we come up to it that will make combat even more difficult. So we're going to need as much protection as possible since we're using leather armor. So we're going to use shields here. This is just the one that I have at the moment. It was this like Viking shield that I found. It's heavy armor. I want to use a light armor one, but the only light armor one I have is that Stark shield. And I believe it is in here. Oops. Stark. Yeah, Stark. Does 24 damage reduction, or armor, or whatever. And the one we have on does 44. So it's enough of a difference. Oh, this is heavy armor too. What am I talking about? This one is terrible, but it looks really cool. But this is the item we got from that little quest there. The Ghost Blade. 12 damage, does 3 extra points of damage ignoring armor. I don't know what that means really. I don't mean, does that actually do 15 damage? The like armor damage reduction stuff is all behind the scenes. So there's no like real way to know what that is doing. I'm not sure what I'm talking about. But it's a cool looking sword, but it does way less damage than what we have, even with that little enchantment. So it looks cool. I wish I could put it up on these plaques, but because I think that is one of the uniques. The mod that I added that makes like unique weapons, like this is the only one of these that you will find. It changes the texture a little bit, makes it look a little bit more unique. Because before, I think this was just looked like a see-through ancient Nord weapon, and it added like a couple little changes in here to make it look more unique. And because of that, I think, is why we can't put it on there. I know Narsil does 25 damage, and I think Sting does less. Oh yeah, I upgraded it to do the same. Awesome. Yeah, Sting looks more like a one-handed sword, because this really is a two-handed weapon. The model of it is. and it looks a little bit weird because it's so freaking long. So we're going to use Sting for the time being. Feels cooler. Feels more appropriate for like our ninja guy. But that's enough of that. So, okay, we looked at that weapon. That's what I wanted to do here. Let's get back outside. We'll fast travel back to Whiterun. Keep talking about some more mods that I got going. I have almost 100 mods active. That's a lot. A large portion of them are actually follower mods, because I wanted just to see. I added a bunch of new followers recently. Oh, see here. So before, I had to mouse over this. But now, with the thing I added, it automatically lets me use the keyboard, so I can just press enter. That just makes it easier for me. It's less mouse movement, more keyboard movement, which is a lot easier on PC. So, yeah. But before we do anything once we get here, let's go ahead and level up. Because off camera, after the last session, when I missed a couple episodes, I went ahead and I upped smithing a little bit, enchanting, speech, alchemy, and so we definitely leveled up, possibly twice. We'll see. So I have something that gives me more health. That's pretty neato. Let's do that anyway. Yes. We did. We leveled up more than once. So let's do stamina here. Nice. Oh, sweet. So we're almost level 21. So let's go through and see what perks we have available now that we got this stuff up. Sneak. This is the muffled movement, I believe. Yeah, we don't need that at all. That's fine. Light armor. We just got to 40. So what is this? All light armor. So this one's... Nope. 50. Weighs nothing. We don't need that anyway. So that's 70. So we still have a while until we'll get a light armor one that we need. Except for... We already got 2 of these. We could get another one, but we're not going to right now. Archery we can't level up yet. One-handed we can get those, you know, sword damage, axe damage, mace damage, but we're not going to worry about that for the moment. Block. We probably want to spec into block. We'll check that out. Smithing, that we definitely know we want to get up. We're doing light armor. So, nope. Nope. So we know we want to do elven smithing. Yes, please. Alright, so there's one perk down. This is what, 50? 60. That sucks. This is dwarven. We're not worried about that. Maybe if we found ourselves with a bunch of extra perks, we'll go through that at the end. Because we know we're going to want to get... whatever, because I think this is dragon, or this is dragon. We're going to want to get Daedric and Ebony. So that's already going to be 2 heavy armor perks. Enchanting. This was the extra recharge. Don't need it. This is fire, which we don't even have. What's this one? 50. Skill enchantments. That's going to be pretty useful. Because that, like, we can up... If we have a smithing, if we get, like, a full set of gear with things that up our smithing, so we can repair things better and upgrade things better, that this skill will make those enchantments even stronger. So that's pretty cool. We could get enchanting 1, but we're not going to. Is that it, basically? I guess that was it as far as those go. So we're going to go ahead and put 1 into block here. Blocking 10% more effective. Yep. So let's take a look at these blocking ones here. Able to do a power bash. Bashing does more damage. Disarm when power bashing. Don't think we're going to go up on that one. Quick reflexes here. Nope. Time slows down if you're blocking during an enemy's power attack. Deflect arrows. Protect against elements, though. That we're definitely going to want, because that way when we're up against the mage, if we block, we'll be reducing magic damage. That's pretty cool. Run with the shield. Sprinting with his shield, you can charge into them. So as you can see, like, a lot of these shield perks, not super useful, but we're going to get a couple. We're going to get another one of these so that we block more damage, at least one more. We're going to have to get deflect arrows so that we can get elemental protection. So that'll be, what, 1, 2... We'll probably end up putting 4 perk points into this. That's not that bad. That's not that many. So, yeah, cool. Leveled up. So here's another mod. It's called Splash of Rain. This might not be super noticeable to you guys. It's more of an immersion kind of thing. If you look here on the ground, in the vanilla game, when it rains, nothing happens. But this Splash of Rain creates these little splashes of water when it hits the ground. It doesn't really, because it's so small, it doesn't really cause a performance hit. Because I'm trying to stay away from any of those kind of things that cause a performance hit. We already have frame rate problems every once in a while. Game's already, you know, pretty much maxing out my PC. But this one, it's cool enough. And I think it might make it rain and snow more, but I might be mistaken there.
Maybe some other time.
What else do we have here? I put in a couple of new character model texture mods. I know, like, it totally redesigned her face. If you guys remember Carlotta, her face looks totally different. But mostly, Ayla looks different too. It's really bizarre. But it kind of changes, it gives them kind of softer features. Well, it's kind of hard to tell on that dude. But it makes the people look a little less just ugly. It's more noticeable on women, because let's be honest, mostly it's like lonely dudes playing this game, so they want to look at pretty women. And there were a lot of weird, gross mods that I stumbled upon, like naked mods and stuff. It is no good. It's gross. It's gross. It's gross. We're not going to be doing that, so if that's the kind of thing you want, maybe try someone else's channel. But it makes the faces a little bit softer. The people of Skyrim live a very hard life. That should be reflected in the way that they look. But it does make it nicer to play when everyone's not like, ugh. I mean, she's still woof, but she's also an old lady. Let's look on Erin here. It's not as noticeable on her because she is a modded character, but there's also like an eye mod and an eyelash mod. It makes their eyes look more human, more realistic. They have more depth to them. They don't look as, you know, video gamey dead eyes. And it's noticeable on her because she was designed to be pretty, so she has nice pretty eyes and a little bit longer eyelashes. I don't know. It's just a small little touch. Just, I don't know. It's nicer. I went in a big time mod rabbit hole the other day, and that was one of the ones that I put on. So there. But let's go into the companion's Jorvasker here, because I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. I'm not drinking water this session. I'm drinking Coke because I'm an idiot. Yeah. Coat that throat with some sugar. It's Anya!
Who can get things done.
She apparently came to Jorvasker. Don't ask me why, but here she
You
is.
still need to prove yourself, Will.
So, here's another mod that I added. It allows us to have more than one follower. I believe it allows us to have up to 5. I don't remember the ins and outs. We're not going to have that many. I don't plan on it at least. But because we added a combat mod for bandits and stuff that we'll get to once we run into some. It does make the combat a little more difficult. I want to see. I haven't really tested this out, so I kind of want to see if she'll follow
Let's
us
not waste any time.
with Aaron. So Aaron, are you still? She's not standing up.
I had a bad time a few years back.
Oh, is she coming? Nope, she's walking away.
Wouldn't let me stay.
This might be a problem.
Let's not waste any time.
Are you gonna follow me? No, she's gonna sit down.
You're looking at a real warrior.
That.
At least I used
Dang
to
it.
be.
This may require more fiddling. Maybe because she's a
Yes?
mod companion, I can't.
I avoid going to East March if I can. Something in the air. I think it's just too close to the border.
I want to have her with us. You know. Nothing's. What?
Are you thinking you're better than
Need
me?
something?
I've
Let's
crawled
not
west
waste
up
any
the
time.
wasteland, so show some
I leave.
Some people don't think I'm smart. Those people get my
Will you follow me,
fist.
Aaron?
But
If I leave here, will she come out here with me? No, she will not. Wait, is Aaron carrying rabbits? What? That must be on the hunter armor that I haven't noticed. That's pretty weird and funny. Well, okay, well at least we know where Anya is, so if I play around with that companion mod, if we can get more followers, we'll come back and grab her.
I've been looking for you.
Can I help you?
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Okie dokie.
Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Alright. Thank you, I guess. Where is that in here? Oh, museum pamphlet. Silius Facetius presents the Museum of Mythic Dawn, the history of the cult that toppled the Septim Dynasty, inside of his very own home in the great capital of the Pale, Dawnstar. Free and open to all citizens of Skyrim. Cool. I highly doubt that's what he sounds like. I just felt like being weird. But we'll go there sometime.
Mister, could you spare a coin?
I'm not giving you shit. Okay, what else?
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time.
Let's go ahead. Well, here's the thing, guys. I do want to do this Helgen Reborn, but this Break of Dawn is that beacon that we found. I really want to check that out. And that's the unusual gem. Can I quick? Let's do that first. Go back. Go away. So we're gonna go to Rifton. We're gonna talk to Vex. Nope. All the way down. We can go right to the Thieves Guild. Maybe. Yeesh. Yeah, buddy. So hopefully she gives us some good news. Because I want to know, like, what the heck this thing is, and maybe it'll open up a cool quest. Sorry, important text message. So let's go ahead and go down there. And then we'll talk to Vex. And see what she has to say. Go in. The cistern. So we do have like all those little side quests that we can do with the Thieves Guild. I'm not too worried about those right now. It's so dark in here. We are going to want to do those eventually just because that'll allow us to finish the Thieves Guild storyline. You need to do a bunch of those in order to make that happen. So we are going to want to do them eventually, but I'll probably end up doing most of those off camera because they are kind of repetitive. But we'll see. Maybe they are fun. Oh, I was wondering why it was leading me in here, because Vex is asleep.
Steal anything worth talking about?
Is this unusual gem worth anything?
Been a while since I've seen one of those. What you've got there is a stone of Baron Zaya.
Is it worth anything?
Not like that, it isn't. The stone was pried off of Baron Zaya's ceremonial crown by a thief in order to cover his tracks.
How many of these are there?
I think there were 24 in all.
Jeez.
Most people keep them as a curiosity. Some of the guild members have tried to locate them over the years, but they haven't been successful. Well, until now.
You sure you won't buy it?
Look, I only buy things I can turn around quickly for a profit. And no one wants these stones unless they have the whole set. Tell you what, if you find the rest of them, talk to me again. Otherwise, keep it. Maybe it'll bring you luck.
Ugh. Well,
Get the
okay.
job done
There's
and get back
24
to
of them. There is a mod that adds quest markers to those, because as it is, like, we have no idea where they are. We have to randomly find them in the world and get all 24 of them. I believe, like, in a single player game, I've gotten like 15 maybe, but never that many. Wow, there's some good shit in here. Dwarven Bow of Diminishing. Cool. I think I've talked to Rune already. Sinric
I
Endel.
think you're all right. In fact, I'm kind of impressed how well you're doing around here. Just keep it between us, okay?
How'd you become so good at picking locks?
Pull up a chair, my friend. This is quite a tale. When I started out in this business, I wasn't really interested in the guild or being a thief.
With skills like yours, why not?
I didn't mean to imply I was earning an honest living either. With my lock-picking aptitude, I was a natural at jailbreaking. I made a great deal of gold doing it, too.
Jailbreaking? What's that?
It's where a client pays you to get arrested, and you get thrown into a prison for the express purpose of breaking out. Usually it's to free someone the client cares about, and sometimes to Well, to kill someone on their behalf. Either way, the trick was in the escape. That's where my strengths came in handy.
Why'd you stop doing it?
Well, as a jailbreaker, you work alone. No guild to back you up. I do jobs for the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood, but if things didn't go as planned, I was on my own.
Think I see what you're getting at.
The last jailbreak I attempted failed. I was imprisoned in High Rock for 3 years before they let me go. After that, I promised myself I'd never do it again.
Why'd you join the guild and not the Brotherhood?
I don't know. I think I realized that out in the world, my skills would bring me more wealth as a thief rather than an assassin. Killing someone in a jail is much easier than what the Dark Brotherhood deals with. I guess I wanted to play it safe. I already knew Delvin. I asked if I could join up, and that was that.
Cool story, bro.
Some other time, perhaps.
That one actually wasn't sarcasm, though. Aw. Looks like there's some cool stuff in here, man. Gold, orcish arrows, lockpicks. I'm just allowed to take it. That's awesome. Golden glow. Brynjolf, this golden glow estate situation is getting out of hand. I want you to find someone capable of taking care of it. Maven Blackbriar is geez, I can't read today. Breathing down my neck, and I just can't have that right now. Send Vex if you have to, but I want it handled immediately. Mercer. What about this one? Possible rivals. Brynjolf, I'm certain that there's some kind of rival thieves guild manifesting itself up here in Windhelm. As soon as things settle down with your own, why don't you send someone up here to investigate? I think you'll find I can open quite a few doors for the guild once you've re-established yourselves up here. Remember, friends are difficult to come by these days. Don't disappoint me. Actually, let's go ahead and take this one. It's not stealing. You never know when something like that might come in useful.